Yeah, a big welcome to you, my dear Leo, and always a big welcome to the other zodiac signs that felt like looking into this reading today to get an inspiration. And of course, we all feel what's going on up in the sky, and sometimes we need an inspiration on the day itself, and we cannot wait until the moon is again in our sign, which I completely understand for myself because I have been getting information and messages through each of these readings and feel very privileged to be able to bring these kind of messages to you while I'm learning. So the sun is in Taurus and the sun is highlighting the moon that is waxing again in your sign. And I wait until the moon is in the sign that I'm doing the reading. So every 2 days I have the opportunity to get the energy, and that's why you get only once a month a reading from me. But I also look into the reading before. I want to have a certain continuity back to the last reading, which the message was the royal staff is showing you your power. And I'm going to just show you in a moment the picture. So here we have two fixed signs coming together. One is Taurus, the other one is Leo. And Taurus is the Hierophant. Taurus is the spiritual energy coming down through the three people here. The two pillars of duality. With you, it is the energy of duality here as well in the infinite sign. She is connecting with her inner wildness, whereas he has brought himself into his own center between these two pillars. So the influence of the rose, the red rose and the white lilies, two different schools that are speaking to us. The yoga card that I did for Taurus is that I want his two pillars to become a movement. I want him to get up and inhale, receive the information, exhale, bring it down. It's always this combination again between I am myself creating a movement, and then the three stages in this movement: spirit, mind, which touches here in the forward bending, and then the forward bend down, bringing the energy back to the earth. Whatever I find here is also here. So there is this cycle happening here. Then for you, I did the infinite symbol as a breath loop. Inhale, you too get the information up, and exhale, you bring it down, and you have the snake, because this is the name of this card, is called Teth, which is the serpent. And the serpent is here in the center of your spine. That's where all the chakras are aligned. And here you have your heart chakra as that body part for you is the heart. And it's really important for you that you understand that a lion heart, the word itself comes to mind because that's your most sensitive organ. So the last reading, like I said, you can see the snake came up. I did a little bit of a mix here. You got the staff, you got the snake, you got the magician and the sun. I mean, it was a very strong reading, and it really brought to you that you have that royal stuff. You have that power shown here through the wand. The King of Wands. The dates of this court card is the July 13 and August 12. If your birthday is there, then this is your specific court card. If your birthday is before or after, please look in the description box below. So this is you. This is this royal powerful king sitting on his throne, having this salamander and the lion behind him, and one little salamander here, because these are animals that can survive fire. I take 15 or 16, almost 15 different cards to make this reading a reading from 1880, going really far back, where the Rose Cross Brotherhood and the Brotherhood of the Golden Dawn created. Within this brotherhood, within this group of people, each member had to paint the 22 major arcanas, and I'm doing that on my own. I want to be able to change a little bit the energy with the yoga positions, and of course it's something that is growing, and that's why I'm doing the readings, so I can learn more about the cards, and that's why I'm using so many, because I find it very important that we incorporate the old ones and not just the modern ones. So I begin with Oswald Wirth, which was in the Rose Cross order, 1888. And it's very interesting, the German reading that I did before, the card number 8 came up, and this is just how complex all of this is. Oswald Wirth and Aleister Crowley, who was in the Hermetic or in the Golden Dawn, Order of the Golden Dawn, both switched the card of the Leo and Libra. So here you got the card number 11, but is La Force, the strength. So there's an oxymoron, and it happened at the same place in the card before. There was a theme, and it's almost like this is speaking to me as well, saying, yeah, look deep within you, what feels right. And I always feel that the succession of the zodiac signs feels more correct than switching it because of whatever reason they switched it. So usually you the card number 8, right? You see here the card number 8, the strength, but now you are the card number 11, and reverse Libra, the justice, is the card number 8. And I personally find this more in align with what's happening up there than this way, just so that you know. And I think this is something that's wanting to telling me, yeah, look at it, because right after with the Hermetic Tarot comes the Tower, the card number 16, a breaking apart of certain things that is speaking about letting go of this thinking that makes you superior to others, makes you regal. And I think that's what's happening here. You gotta awaken to a power, to a force, and at the same time you also gotta understand you gotta let go. Now, the other thing that I see here is that you are with the lion, with the snake, with this sexual energy, this sexual union within this wildness. At the same time, this is the card number 2 to the last stages of the world, right? From the devil, card number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So these are 7 stages, the 7 last stages to enlightenment. And the second stage is creativity, is sexuality. And for me, the Tower is sometimes as well a very strong sexual energy, a very strong, I am releasing, I am letting go, la petite mort. It's like this, like, oof, I'm really breaking myself free. I'm really letting go. Then comes from Rider-Waite these 2 cards, the Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. And the 6 of Pentacles is Moon in Taurus. Now, Taurus, the sun is in Taurus, so we don't have that connection. But you understand, the more you get money, the more you being handed the money of God. Always remember, when you give and when you understand these 3 points, this is the spiritual, and this is the masculine, and this is the feminine energy. This is Keter, this is Chokmah, and this is Binah on the tree of life. So you understand that once you get handed this money, once you realize that you gotta unite within yourself and liberate yourself again and again about whatever it is that needs to be liberated. It's almost like in your past, a big liberation of an energy that is within you, because the force came up, right? And the number 11 is like a portal. Now you have a 1, 1, 1, 3 times the 1, which is the 3rd chakra. And why I'm thinking that this with the 16 is a 7, and of course you after, it's like there is a sexual opening happening, which then releases a financial opening in your life. And what happens then is the Aeon, which is the number 20 in Aleister Crowley, which is then speaking about the Last Judgment, is speaking about opening yourself to the call, a call that is saying, release, release, release as much as you can. Release yourself into a new time, into a new age, which is the age of Aquarius, is coming. And we are gonna see more and more that people are liberating themselves. They don't want to be in this, I have to go 9 to 5 to work. Then, of course, this is 1969. And these are 1985. Hermann Handel, also a big artist that created very powerful, very strong images. And the 5 always talks about a spiritual difficulty, a difficulty that makes you sometimes a little bit of an outcast. And maybe the wake-up call is saying, awaken to who you really are. Awaken that you are not out there. Awaken that Mercury in Taurus is this energy. And Taurus is, as the sun, highlighting the waxing moon, which is in your sign. So there is, at the same time, a big question in you that's rising and saying, who am I? Why am I the way I am? Why are things happening? So you get here these incredible spiritual money, an idea, a creative endeavor is blasting out of you through the tower, and you understand the more you give, the more you will have. And you understand that there's a big call, that there's a big spiritual awakening happening within you, and that you are then called to find your self-worth within the test. The 5 is always a test, because the test is, so if we give you this awakening, then what are you going to do with it? How are you going to go out into the world with it? And the next is the Medicine Woman. These are native Indian cards, very beautiful. For me is also the meaning very beautiful. And this is the Queen of Cups, the power place of the cups, the 8 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So there's a succession. And the 8 is Saturn in Pisces, and the 9 is Jupiter in Pisces. So the big path of love, of a spiritual love, of finding a spiritual family is highlighted in the month of Cancer. And even though this is all in your past, it's still relevant today, because I do not read the future. I do not read whatever happened back then in the past. It's in a way all of these cards are happening now to you and are giving you now an insight into what you can do. And the insight is like, allow the water, the water element to give you into the summer, into the heat, into this force, right? Into the summer heat, into the sexual energy, which is then of course the Tower, that sexual release. Give also the cooling water, give also an understanding that the spiritual path, being with others that are a little like-minded, moving forward, going out there and finding your own happily ever energy is possible, is called upon you, right? And then comes you here in the present. You're looking back at all these cards. There's a picture at the end, so you see them all together. So you're looking back at all of that, and you realized, okay, what I'm going to do now? Where am I going to go? And the first card that came up is the card number 47, which is an 11, and is giving me again an understanding that these are connected. Again, the same thing. You got to make a friendship with this wild side in you, and the wild side is going to make a friendship with this beautiful lady here that is holding this beast's mouth open. And it's 11 and another 11 when we calculate it together. Then I don't count together. I keep 11 because it's a portal, it's a master number. And it means, yeah, you can even ride this animal. You can create friendships with animals, and it is showing up to you, my dear friend, right? Friendships that connect mentally, that connect spiritually, that connect physically, like all three levels, they are connected here. I'm going to put you down because then the horse is looking at you, the 7 of fire. And the 7 of fire is Mars in Leo, and bringing you that the energy that is within you. You can achieve almost anything when you connect these two forces within you, when you unite them, when you create an understanding. Yes, there is a beast inside of me, there is a wild side within me, and I want to unite it, I want to express it, I want to show it. And you did show it, you did create these blasts. Now you're starting to awakening more and more to your true power. And here you are with this horse energy that is saying, okay, I am rising, I am going up, I am understanding that the message is that I can grow and I can learn. Then through the soul oracle from the mystical shaman oracle from Alberto Villoldo comes the tree of life, the number 58. And the 58 is the number 13. The 13 then becomes a 4. 4 then comes a stability through Taurus. Taurus is that stable energy that is saying, yes, create a movement out of these two pillars, create a union, make something out of your life, bring it out there, because then comes the swan. And the swan, out of the animal spirit guide, is a water sign. And the third last animal here, it says effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, and elegant power. When in balance, infinite creative power. And yes, this is what you want. You want to rise, you want to go up, and you're looking at her. You are literally saying, yes, you did it. You combined these energies. You brought yourself up no matter what, no matter what's happening out there. You are creating something, a creative force. You have this you know, sexual energy. You have this power, you have this union, and it's almost like she's crossing her legs. You see that? It's very interesting, this picture. I'm always fascinated. I'm always like, did it just grow like this, or is this like legs that are speaking to us and saying, well, open your legs and allow this creative force to come up through this powerful potential, but a gentle, powerful potential in the swan that is mirrored in itself as that self-love. And this is what it is. This is self-love. This is arriving and loving yourself so much that you can connect with animals, because they feel when you're not good, right? Then you get the Ace of Cups, then you get a true love coming, and this true love is saying, yeah, allow yourself to really deeply love yourself, allow yourself to arrive. These two swans with the two palms and in front of your heart, and you are connected with the heart. You always are going to feel within your heart the things the most, because that's your body part, and you're gonna take care of it, and you're gonna let that happen. And then comes the sun in Capricorn, a stability, a holding on a little bit to the money, even though you learned very clearly that giving and taking is something very beautiful. You also learned a loss. You also learned how it feels like when the money is not there, which has nothing to do with the money. The money always is reflected through the way you love yourself, through the way you work with yourself, through the way you really accept yourself, right? So, but you come into a stability, into a love, into a self-love, and the more self-love you have, the more stability you will have on a financial level. Now, into the future, we have the Creativity Oracle, and here it says pause. Pause means accept that you must wait and prepare for developments to reach the next stage. The number 27, which is a 9, and the 9 is a completion. The 9 is saying, yes, take a moment and arrive. Take a moment and realize that whatever you're holding on is an earthly possession, is a material possession which comes and goes naturally. Whatever is in your head, whatever you contained here in understanding who you truly are and how much you can let go, that you have always with you. The other material belongings, they are moving and circling all the time. So pause for a moment, like you sit here, pause and look at this pause and reflect really strongly and realize then that the Page of Pentacles is coming up. And that's all three zodiac signs, from Taurus, from Virgo, and from Capricorn. So the Earth, the Taurus energy is bringing something very beautiful, something the young generation is giving you. For her, it's more important to have like the water, like a handbag, this, I don't know how it's called actually, it's very interesting. Yeah, I don't need to know everything. I will look after what it's called. So for her, a handbag, like this kind of handbag, is more important than a real handbag. And then you get the Ace of Pentacle again from another deck. And you can see the Ace of Pentacle here is growing, is giving you the opportunity to really ground yourself, to really arrive in the future, to really realize that everything is connected, that if I am opening, but if I'm grounded, I can achieve a lot of things. If I love myself, it's then bringing to me a stability, is bringing to me an arriving and a happiness. And that happiness can even go through the snow, which is here the elemental oracle, the number light 34. Even in the snow, you are protected. You know everything will come again, everything will grow. And in this silence, in this inner understanding, which kind of connects a little bit with this landscape, you see that? It's this, yeah, you got to know that things are coming and going. You got to know that a friendship can endure anything, can go through anything. And then we see that the Four of Materials is coming again, and the Muse of Inspiration, which is you. So you're coming up here with this card, and you're coming up 2 times with the 4. So the stability is giving you a rise to really be yourself, a rise to walk forward and look at yourself and see that, yes, you are connected. You are in this 4-4 portal. You are as well in, this is an ace. I'm just going to put it down. Ace, right? 11. 1, 1, 1. And again, of course, the 1 here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times speaking, roaring, letting it out, speaking up what you want to say to this world, because this world is listening, right? I hope you are listening. I hope you are connected. And here you are in a balanced stability. 4-4 is the 8. And the 8 is the sign above your head. So you see this beginning here with this card that it was also in the German, the opposite card, the Justice, but was the number 8. And now you got La Force, which is the number 11. It's saying, yeah, look again and again for signs. Allow the signs to speak to you so that your path can go and continue. Because the path will always continue. And where are you going? To the wailing tree, to reconciliations. A lot of fire, a lot of intensity, the lion energy, that roar, the fire that is part of you, air and fire. And this message for the wailing tree, the number 59. 59 is then the 14. 14 is the 5, which is then connected again to the Hierophant. So the wailing tree, the words here are grief and mourning, a time of necessary losses and reconciliation. When you encounter the wailing tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup. A place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves. And that's what this is doing, right? To rest, to arrive. Also here to rest and to arrive. And to see that everything is again growing. Everything is again shifting. And everything is again allowing the cycle of growth to let you be, and to see that the message here in this intensive picture, right? So these are dream oracles, the shaman's dream. What are you dreaming? And it's very interesting because this tree now is coming as that here when you open yourself, you can release whatever needs to be released, right? And you see the sparks here. You release the love, you release everything that's not really working anymore. And you're creating this pause and you're creating this moment because it is saying, yes, pause. And reconcile and see why these energies are speaking to us. Why is the message here for you? And allowing you to grow, allowing you to shift again and again. Wow. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because then we turn from the earth in such a way that behind the sun we see the constellation of Gemini. Gemini is the lovers. Gemini is about self-love and accepting this, accepting who you are, truly accepting the path that you can take again and again. How you take the path is up to you, right? You know how beautiful it feels to take a path with yourself, going out there and being loving and kind to you. Until then, I thank you so much for watching. Namaste.